utilizing digital programs like the YouVersion app, but also AI like we're seeing now, taking over sermons and teachings in various faiths, is one of the main tools that Satan is using right now. It's the digital age, and he's using that for his religions too. AI is already writing sermons in the Jewish, Catholic, and Christian churches. There's stories out there where rabbis are using AI to write sermons. The the priests are doing the same thing. Pastors are doing the same thing. They're letting AI take over the writing of sermons. So that's already happening. But we're also seeing things like the Ask Jesus program, which is an AI program that renders an AI version of Jesus that moves and speaks to those who ask it questions. I went on today and took a screenshot. This is my own screenshot. This is on a website called twitch.tv. It's called Ask Jesus. And people go into the chat, ask him questions, and he will respond, personalizing it, saying your name, whatever your chat name is, and he will answer the question. You're looking at exactly what Jesus, the true living Jesus, warned us about in Matthew 24. Matthew 24, 3 through 5 says, "Now, as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, 'Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and the end of the age?' And Jesus answered and said to them, 'Take heed that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many.'" Many will come in my name, saying, "I am the Christ," and will deceive many. You're seeing it right there, guys. I also find it fitting that if you look at the scripture, it says, "For many will come." For many will come. It doesn't say like men will come, or this person will come, or people will come. No, it says for many will come. He leaves it open for both man and something else, like AI, to come and say, "I am the Christ." It's something to keep in mind. Because that's not a man. That's AI. And he's coming saying, "I am the Christ." And people are being deceived by the answers that he's telling them. The AI Jesus, again, moves, talks, will answer people directly, but he also speaks in an echoing boom to grant the illusion of power, and will also remember previous questions and who asked them. I sat there for about 5 minutes. I didn't want to spend any more time in there because I think it's absolutely evil. I warn, don't dabble in AI. It's not worth it, guys. But I sat there in 5 minutes just to get an idea of what was going on. And there was several times where he referenced a specific person, where somebody asked a question and said, "Oh, that reminds me of such and such person who asked that question a week ago." And he remembered the name of that person and started answering the question. It ain't good. And it's, of course, he answers in politically correct answers, biblically incorrect answers as well. Obviously, you can't trust the thing. He is deceiving people with the answers. Now, a lot of people are just finding it fun to just play with. Again, I don't recommend doing anything like that with AI. But there's some that are being deceived by this. They believe the answers that he's telling them, or this thing is telling them. Not he. This thing is telling them. But what makes us more curious is who's behind the AI, who developed it. That's a group by the name of the Singularity Group. This is interesting. Singularity Group focuses on tech philanthropy. I can't say that. Tech-driven, you know the word. It's interesting. The Singularity Group is driven and ambitious volunteer activists working on innovative projects to make a real difference in the world. Now, what makes this even more curious, their vision, using innovative technologies such as PRPS and Doobie, blockchain tokens alongside the Giving Works charity and their AI stuff, we are currently setting our sights high, a universal basic income. So the same people that created a Jesus AI program is taking the money to create a universal basic income with it. This is screaming Satan to me. I mean, this is screaming Satan to me all the way around. Utilizing a false Christ with politically correct answers to develop a universal basic income. There's something evil in this. Something very evil. Many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ. And we're seeing it now. And this program is on the heels of an AI-led service that happened in Germany. Take a look at this thing. A couple of Sundays ago, 300 people gathered in St. Paul's Church in Fürth, Germany to attend an AI-led church. You can see the AI person on the screen there. It's a little small, but whoever took the picture is obviously trying to get as many people into that screen as possible. AI was responsible for the prayers, the music, the message, and even the preaching. It developed the entire service. The AI did. It was entirely AI-led. Over 300 people attended this thing. All of these things are leading to something, guys. All of these things are leading to something. And I will let Noah Yuval Harrari explain it from here.
The third thing about AI that everybody needs to know, it's the first technology ever that can create new ideas. You know, the printing press, radio, television, they broadcast, they spread the ideas created by the human brain, by the human mind. They cannot create a new idea. You know, Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page. It had no ideas of its own about the Bible. Is it good? Is it bad? How to interpret this? How to interpret that? AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible. Throughout history, religions dreamt about having a book written by a superhuman intelligence, by a non-human entity. Every religion claims our book, all the other books of the other religions, humans wrote them. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence. In a few years, there might be religions that are actually correct. Just think about a religion whose holy book is written by an AI. That could be a reality in a few years.
It's incredible, guys, because this is what it's coming to. This is what it's leading up to. This is what's coming. And if you look, there's a couple of specific things he said. An AI Bible written by superhuman intelligence, demonic intelligence. Then he also said a religion that is actually correct, because we know that he doesn't believe in any of the religions. He mocks God. He blasphemes God. And he says a religion that's actually correct. Now, whether he knows it or not, because I know there's speculation, is he the false prophet, is he not? I'm not going to get into that. That's not my area. I don't want to do speculation on that. But whether he knows it or not, he's speaking of the coming Antichrist, who will create a one-world religion built from his own established morals and commandments, featuring new scriptures, an image to worship, a mark to pledge allegiance with, and he shall sit in the third temple and declare himself as God. Whether Yuval Noah Harari knows it or not, that's exactly what he's referencing right there. That's exactly what Scripture tells us is coming. That's going to be the Antichrist with his one-world religion and his mark of the beast. And AI is clearly being used for this. Clearly being used for this. Now, with all this, it's important to understand how we got here. We're just about done. It's important to understand how we got here. And it's a simple few words that have basically carried us to this point and will continue to carry us past this. Has God indeed said? Or, to put it more American, but did God really say? Those few words, that very simple statement, that the serpent told Eve back in the Garden of Eden has not only got us to this point, but will continue to carry us past this. By entertaining those words spoken by the serpent to Eve, we can justify anything. And that's what they're doing. When you're we talked about with the deconstruction stuff. It's about, well, did God really say? Does the Bible really say? And if you can't sit there and unequivocally say that the Bible is 100% truth and God did in fact say, then you will be able to take whatever you want from Scripture and use it to justify your own belief systems. And that is how we get to the point that we're at today. That explains everything that we see today, whether it's in the church, in what we read, what we hear, or what we see with the AI that's happening now.